Hello, I'm Charlie Mitchell from Starseed Parenting, and I'm going to share with you some of the background and some of my story that has led to me writing a book called Gifts from the Heart of the Storm. I'm very excited that launches on the 20th of March this year, and I'm sharing a bit about the background to it to help you know a little bit more about what led to me writing the book and how that came about, and some of the positives that it has had for me over this year. I'm going to share particular moments with you today, and in particular some moments from the 4th of March last year, which was kind of the start of this part of my journey. So on the 4th of March, my children were at school and Thomas was at nursery, and I was doing my part-time work. I worked with parents with children who experience the world differently. So that could be illness, that could be disability or a behavioural difference. And I was supporting parents using a variety of coaching and hypnotherapy techniques. And I was actually completing my inner child qualification in hypnotherapy. And so I did a case study in the morning of the 4th of March, and I wrote it up in the afternoon and I submitted it, and actually later found out that I did complete my qualification on that day. So that was really exciting. I was very engaged in the world. I had I was doing some work with Transition Stroud on a voluntary basis. I was working with Stroud Imagines, helping them to help our local community imagine positive outcomes and a positive future following all the challenges with COVID. I was very happy with my life as it was at that point. And then things unfolded later that day that changed things forever. So fast forward to 11 o'clock that evening, and Thomas was very, very distressed. He was very unwell, and I phoned 111, and basically they told me to take him straight to hospital. We went to A&E, and within a few hours he was diagnosed with leukemia. He already has Down syndrome, and there were some complications as a result of the Down syndrome. And we were transferred immediately to Bristol to start chemotherapy treatment, really intensive chemotherapy treatment. We were due to be there for 4 or 5 weeks, and we were actually there for nearly 4 months for that initial start of the treatment. It was completely devastating. It was heartbreaking. It was made much more difficult because of COVID, because no friends or family could visit, and not even my other children. So I didn't see my children during that time. Completely heartbreaking situation, and during that time Thomas got worse and worse due to the toxic reaction to the chemotherapy. So it was a very, very emotional time. Thankfully we got permission from Great Ormond Street Hospital to change the treatment plan, and he was able to start a different kind of treatment that enabled him to be able to get rid of the leukemia. He's still on chemotherapy, and he will be for until May 2023, so that we're not out of the woods yet, but he's made amazing progress. So we were in hospital for a total of 6 months last year. At least 6 months, probably longer if you count the kind of individual days we were in and out. So during that time, my eldest, who has autism, also developed anorexia. And so within a couple of months of May, I had 2 children with critical, life-threatening illnesses in different places. And it was a very, very extreme experience, very, very difficult on so many levels, to feel so torn, and be unable to support both my children in the way that I wanted to. And so I did what I could in a small room in Bristol Hospital. I started writing because there wasn't much else I could do. There was a lot of things I couldn't do, a lot of work I couldn't do, a lot of my brain had kind of turned to mush. So I wrote, and I wrote about my feelings, I wrote about my experiences, I wrote notes about things that were helping me along the way. And over a period of time, a little book emerged, and this story started to help me massively to get some perspective and to be able to continue to take the actions that I needed to take, even while I was feeling all these emotions and feeling very devastated. So I've really vowed at that point that if I could, I would find a way of being able to share this story with other people. And I'm very excited to say that it has become a little book. It's been illustrated by Matt Wiggins, and it's going to be available from the 20th of March. I will tell you more about the book in another video, but I just wanted to give you some of the background to how the book had come about and how it had happened. Please do like and subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel, and then you'll find out more about the videos, about other future videos that go into a bit more detail about my current situation, the current place that we're at, and also a little bit more about the book. So please do keep in contact. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if there's anything you'd like me to speak about in future videos, because I'm happy to do that as well. And I'll just keep you up to date with the progress of this this little story that has certainly enabled me to look at things differently, and I would love it to support other parents so that they can weather the storm, because there's a lot of us in a lot of storms, and it doesn't always go away very quickly. So when you're in a kind of long-term storm, how do you work with that, and how do you nurture yourself? And so this is a little healing journey that should help. Thank you very much. Nice to see you, and I will see you another time. Take care. Bye-bye.